good to see everybody here today. Let's start with our warm-up. It's good. I've got a full screen, so enough of you here. So let's go into our squat and our reaches to the side. So squat and reach. Get a nice good stretch there. So if you're feeling stiff, you know, I always like to do some different range of motion to get warmed up. And especially there, you might find that that's a natural stretch that you do in the morning like that. And just warm up your legs and the spine. And let's go one more each side here. Good. Sun is shining. It's a good day, Friday. And reach. Okay, let's go alternating back lunge. Arms are coming up and step back. So arms are just straight up here. So as you lunge back, just watch your footing. And if you feel like you need to shorten the range, you know, that's always a good option. And remember, it's your workout. So if you find you need to modify anything, that is all good. Okay. So let's go one more each side. Core is nice and tight, arms, nice good reach up. And here. Okay, let's go same side, not alternating, but just the same side. And just, again, take it easy. You don't have to go super far. Just warming up through that inner thigh, shoulders back, chest lifted, okay? So let's see what else. We're gonna be focused on our usual conditioning and strength. So to get your heart rate elevated just enough, one more here and switch. So you can always go low impact if you're not feeling the high impact. And yeah, I'll show you those options as well. And let's keep going here. And if you missed that beginning, I just want to do some unilateral work. So single arm, single leg work, so that will make you work your stabilizers just a little bit more. Let's go two more here. Excellent. Hamstring scoops. Oh, love these. Up and open and switch. Scoop and up and open. Okay, so good to see everybody on board today. It's another Friday, so we've had a good week if you've made every class, and enough variety between all the classes. Some repeats that you'll be very familiar with. Last one here. Some movements that we don't always see as well. Okay, let's do that squat with the reach. You know, my mobility piece, I don't know if I told you on Wednesday, but I recorded a 10-minute mobility sequence, something that you can follow along. I usually send the exercises like in a text or an email format to my clients, but I think having a visual is really important. So let's go one more each side. So I did record it and I have it available if you would like to see that last one. It's just all of these type of movements that we see. Okay, good. Let's go into that jog or the march. Sometimes, we've been doing this type of mobility piece, this warm up, so often it's pretty much ingrained, but it's just something that you could do on those off days or even throughout the day. If you're feeling like you want to work on your mobility, then about 10 minutes is all you need. There's some standing work and then some floor work as well. So let's go into those jump jacks. Let's go. So generally, I like to just keep you moving and get you going. So we won't do any of that floor mobility today. We'll do them just at the end as a recovery. Okay. Let's go another 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to get you moving as well. Let's do our side squat. Start with the calf raise. And if you feel all right, we'll go into these jumps. Okay, so all the very familiar movements, side squat. Okay, so some unilateral work today. Single arm, single leg. And we will see that throughout the class today. Let's go one more each. And we'll end this warm up with some shoulder circles, those big arm circles. And I would like you to follow, look. So if that's too much, just bend your elbows. Okay. And really you're gonna allow yourself to open it up. Release through that upper back. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer. And let's do lastly the arms hug in and open up. Don't force it, you're just getting some nice good fluid range of motion stuff here. Good. All right, last two and one. And then if you need to spend a little extra time sort of rolling the shoulders, if you're noticing stiffness through your neck and etc., do that now. Maybe your legs need a little extra stretch. Go ahead, grab some water, and then we'll start right into our work. And I forget to track my workout, so I'm going to do that now. And every little bit counts. So I'm going to put that as my high intensity interval or functional strength training if you're using the Apple Watch, if you like to track. Okay, so let's grab the weights. So single arm, single leg work. So we're going to get started right away with this one. So I'm going to get you to warm up your legs. Let's do an alternating back lunge. So the arms are just going to stay by your sides on this first one. So if you're comfortable, you're alternating one leg and then the other. So this we'll call just an extension of your warm up. If we're always on the one leg, it's going to be a bit more strength focused. This one, I just want you to alternate. And if you're not feeling like a lunge today, then you can go ahead and do some squats. So warm up those legs. And you're going to drop your back knee and lift. Shoulders back. I find that a back lunge keeps us more upright than doing a forward lunge. I don't know if you notice that as well. So we can keep our shoulders back, drop the back knee so you're not tipping. Okay, so sometimes when we do the forward lunge, I see, and I always feel myself kind of leaning forward. So this one, nice and upright. Drop your back knee, squats if you feel like you need to instead. Okay, so let's go another couple here. And let's go one more each side. We're going to do some supersets today as well, so you'll see these movements again. Okay, get rid of one of the weights. I want you to try this. If it's too low, please modify. This is like a single clean. So we squat down. So I don't want you to tip, right? So it's not a tip, it's a squat. You're going to pick up your weight, bring it close to your body. So I'm going to flip it, I'm going to press it, and I'm going to bring it back down again. So here's an option. If you don't like that movement, keep a neutral wrist and it becomes a hammer bicep curl. Neutral wrist, shoulder press, and then down. Okay, so ideally, it's down, nice low squat, pick up, take your feet fairly wide so that you can open the hips and not worry too much about tipping, okay? So up, there. So my feet are quite wide. I'm gonna pick it up, press it, put it down, pick it up. Okay. So maybe you don't like to go that low, and you can just bring it as low as you feel comfortable. Switch your hands, okay? Maybe not right the floor. Okay. Nice full body movement. Core tight, down and up. So you'll find that it's a nice full body motion, legs, shoulders, core tight. A couple more. There. And down. And depends on the weight you have. This could be quite challenging. Last one each. One. And up. And then release. Okay, I want you to pick up the other weight again. We're going to go right back into either the squat or the alternating back lunge. So if you need to modify, please do. Alternate your legs and drop. Okay, so we'll see those two movements again. And in fact, I think what I'm going to try next time, I think I'm going to do repeating the same arm. And then for so many, and then I'll switch. So instead of alternating those cleans, I'm gonna go ahead and pick one side, and then I'll do that for maybe 10 reps and then the other. So I'll show you what that'll look like when we get there. Okay, it's getting warm, right? Really quick, and we haven't even done any conditioning yet. Drop and up. Watch that alignment. I keep alternating my legs if you can see that. Switch, drop, up. Core tight, chest lifted. Drop your back knee, and another 2 each leg. Okay, you can go at your own pace as well. And it's looking straight ahead. Back knee drops, looks good, everybody. Last one. Nice dynamic work. Okay, low on weight. So if I'm going to repeat, if you prefer to alternate, that's fine. Then I'm going to do the 1 up. I'm going to touch it down or close to the ground. I'm going to keep going that same side. Okay, so if you like to join in that or alternate, let's go. And up. So down, up. Nice. A couple more on this. And if you're alternating, keep alternating. If you're on the one side, 2 more on this, and then we'll switch. Up. Keep that weight close to your body. Last one. Right away, I'm going to switch. Low, up, close. So we don't want to be exposing that shoulder. We want to keep it close, either flip it or neutral wrist. And there. Notice I like this arm can be by your side or out. All right. Another 3. And okay, nice and low. So if you find you're tipping, be mindful, keep your chest lifted. All right, one more time. Okay, good. I feel warm after that. Put your weights down for a second. Let's go into a jog. And ready, let's go. All right, jog it out. Okay, so let's keep it going. The other day we did 2 rounds of 30 seconds each. This is our conditioning. Let's go 45 seconds, one time only. So let's go. So you're jogging, you're marching, you're taking that to a high knee run if you like. Speed, marching, 45 seconds. Let's go. Move around if you like, watch your space. It's 20 seconds. Let's go. And it's about getting your heart rate elevated on here. Not focusing on strength, just on that conditioning. And almost there, almost there. Let's go. Couple more. And go 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, now just take a little breather here. We're gonna do one more block of work standing before we do some core work, but I'll throw it in sort of in the middle, but not in each block. Okay, grab some water here if you need. Keep it moving. It looks good so far. All right, we're gonna still carry on with some single stuff. Okay. All right, so go ahead and grab one single weight. And I'm gonna show you, this maybe needs to go light. We're gonna do a side lunge to side raise. So watch me on this. Side lunge, side raise. So we're not going too high with this weight, just in line or a little bit below the shoulder. So same side, so little inner thigh up to side raise and down, down and up. Okay, when you do that side lunge, again, same thing, shoulders are back, chest lifted. If you don't like this side lunge, maybe it bothers your knee at all, just take it easy, shorten the range. And if you can, when you come up, can you lift that knee, toe down if needed, but all, when you're doing that side raise, you're here, and up, side, core tight. If that bothers your back, your knees, anywhere, let's make sure that you do a different movement. Maybe it's just the side raise. There. Okay, so let's go another 2 on the side. And 1 more. Okay, so the same leg that's planted. Okay, I want you to keep it planted right into single leg tipping. So this leg that was planted still there. Let's do single leg tip and lift. So nothing else with the arm or that, just a single leg tip and up. So the one leg still planted. Toe down if you need. Hold on to something also. Maybe you prefer that. Good balance work. Strength in the glute and hamstring. And those little tiny stabilizers. Excellent. Here. So the superset on this one is just all on the other leg. Let's go 2 more. If you feel that right in your foot and ankle, that's fine too, but let's remember we're more efficient when we work around the hip. Okay, so if you notice that hip, that knee twisting, tell this muscle to work. Switch hands. Other leg is going, so we're going to do a side and then side raise. Make sure you have a good weight. It's not straining, it's effort. So inner thigh and up. So notice I'm going quite slow, so maybe your pace is a little bit different than mine, but just make sure you keep good. Okay, especially when we're moving the side, if you're not careful with your core being engaged, you could expose your low back. We don't want an injury, so we'll just be aware. Just a couple more here. Excellent. So feel on the side of the shoulder. A nice stretch through the inner thigh, and then some balanced work. If you can keep that foot lifted when you get here. Okay, great. Great work so far. Oops. So if you lose your footing there, then you might be losing your balance at the top. So just keep it stable. 2 more here. And I can feel my shoulder, I can feel my inner thigh and side glute. All right, 1 more. Okay, now this leg is planted still. Arm can be out, it can be down. You're gonna go right into your single leg tipping. And this is about slow and controlled. You're gonna get more out of it if you can take your time and try really hard to keep that foot lifted. And if you need to, even just a little tap of the toe. If you're really, really struggling, even having like just one light finger on the countertop or chair or something. Okay. Core engaged. No strain anywhere, just effort down the glute, hamstring, glute. You may feel that in your ankle and your calf. Be efficient with those glutes. Keep it going. All right, last 2. This is usually my strong side. It's very, very tired today. And done. Okay, that's a good superset. 2 movements all in the one leg. Let's shake out the legs here. And I'm gonna get you to go into those jump jacks. And let's go that 45 seconds. Okay, those jump jacks. Keep it basic. Let's go. Okay, so here, if you like the bigger option, the bigger movement, go ahead into those air jacks if you like. Take it low impact if you need. We're here for the 45 seconds. Continuous. So if you need a little rest, just keep your body moving and let's go. All right. I don't know if you can see my cat, but he's watching me when I do those. He's just out of the view, I think. All right. We are here for 10 seconds more. Heart rate should be elevated. We'll feel it recover in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, keep your feet moving. Yes, there you go. He came for the action there. Keep your feet moving, shake it out. Grab some water. All right, we're gonna see some core work in this next block, so just take your time. Okay, so on this next block, this is gonna be, again, potentially some single leg work. So I am going, okay, so on this one, I'm gonna get you to grab a very lightweight on this one. We're gonna do that triangle press. So it's just a standing, it's a lot of core, but it's also shoulder stability. So you can see my foot. Okay, so every now and then we do this triangle press. This foot is facing the front, this one is facing here. Very, very lightweight. I think we did this, did we do this earlier in the week? I can't remember. But let's make sure that the arm doesn't go out. It stays straight up. Look to that weight, take your time. Start with a small range of motion. The leg stays straight. And the movement is from your torso. Okay, so if you need to get rid of the weight, it bothers your shoulder, just still have the arm up. Maybe you need to shorten that range and whatever, maybe you're only coming here, that's okay. Straight up, straight up. Okay, let's go to the 2 on this side. So it might feel a stretch to the inner thigh. And switch. So if that bothers your back at all, you find that your movement is limited, please be very, very careful. So this leg. Okay. And down and straight up. Okay, so again, never straining, just some nice effort. Maybe you have better range of motion on this side. Okay. So the spine, if we're not used to bending to the side like this, it might feel like a very unnatural movement. We don't want to lose that mobility there. Again, maybe your inner thigh, that's what's stopping you from being able to come down here. And I don't have a weight here, I got rid of it. 2 more here. Last one. Okay, excellent. Okay, so big shoulder roll. So this is the shoulder stability. I'm going to get you to do a reverse fly. So I think I'm going to grab my 8 on this one. So remember, single leg, we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. So this leg is going to come forward. It's a crouch. And it is a reverse fly. Push it back, same side. Okay, so you want to be careful with this. Try to keep your body still. The arm, just the single arms coming out like a capital T. Push it back, all on the same side. Crouch, fly, push back. Okay, so if that reverse fly is really uncomfortable for you, do a row instead. Okay, lower your weight if you need it, if it is needed. Push back. Okay, so I'm crouching, my opposite arm and leg, and I like to just have my arm out. If you feel like you have it on your side of your thigh, make sure you lean over enough, bend the elbow just enough. So that's working that upper back muscle behind the shoulders. If that starts to bother the neck, go into a row instead. Okay, so single arm crouching. Fly. All right, 2 more times, and then we'll switch. 1 more. crouch, fly, push back. Okay. So usually we, do that with both arms, but having the single arm, you have to work those core stabilizers just a little bit because you are not evenly, it's not even between the hands. Work the opposite leg and the opposite arm. So what happens then is that your core has to stay stable. If you're not engaging your core, you might sort of lose your balance and tend to open up a little bit too much here. So stay, fly, push back. Okay, remember if that's bothering your neck, shoulders, go into a row instead. Crouch, push back. You can choose the range of motion as well. A couple more here. So crouch, like a capital T with that single arm. Getting tired here. Last two now. One more. Okay, no strain, just effort. That is it. Oops, see, I have to do that again because that was awful. There. Okay, I thought too much about that one. Okay, put your weights down. We're going to do a bit of conditioning. We're going to see some core work on this next one, and then we'll do some chest work. Okay, so we're going to do some of that 3-step agility. And what I would like you to do, if you can take it and go into a 3-step power skate. So let's remember we're going for 40 seconds or 45, I mean, so let's get started with this one. So this is a 3-step agility. Now that's always an option if you can. It's this, I'm gonna get off I might even get off the screen here. Just to the edge of my screen, just to my edge. So be careful of your footing. Here's your low impact. So 1, 2, hold on 3, and then that power skate, if you like. That just reminded me that the L power skate is a nice one to do. We haven't done that in a while. So as I keep moving, 3, 2, and 1. Nice 45 seconds. Hopefully that gets you with your heart rate elevated a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna do our first core exercise, and then we'll be ready for some chest work. So if you would like to do chest press instead of push-ups, let's bring the weights down, even though we won't need it just yet. Okay, bring them down to the floor, and we're gonna do a core movement. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Okay. Coming down. So we're going to go a plank first on your forearms. And then we'll do our weighted dead bugs. And so we'll do a 30-second for each movement. So let's start with the plank on your forearms. And ready? Let's go. So 30 seconds here. So whether you're on your knees or your toes, maybe you do prefer to be on your hands in that high plank. Make sure your hips are not lifted, they're not dropped. So if you need you're on your knees, you still keep stable there. So the dead bugs, you can always add your weight. If you like, I will grab a plate for myself or one of the dumbbells. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just enough transition time. I'll face this way so you can, and we'll do 30 seconds of these. So with or without the weight, one leg or both. We'll go 30 seconds starting now. Okay, find your pace. Keep your back flat. So we're gonna get ready after this. If you need a sip of water, bit of recovery, you can take it then. After this is 30 seconds of this dead bug. So our next block of work will start with chest work. So we'll be on the floor. extend. We must be getting close to 30 seconds here. Oh, it's 40 seconds. So let's go another 2. Last one. All right. Excellent. Okay, so that was more like a 45-second dip, but all right, you can sit up, grab some water if you like, and then we'll be on the floor. So I'm actually just gonna grab a sip, and then this first round of chest work, I'm gonna do some push-ups. And we're gonna do it a little bit different. You know, you can do regular push-ups, of course, but maybe we can challenge this a little bit differently. And you're gonna do a traveling push-up, but you're only gonna do one side moving. So let's see me here. So I'm gonna go from that high plank first. I'm gonna take my one hand out, I'm gonna push. So I'm gonna push, I'm gonna come back to high plank, same arm. So push, and then together. Okay, so if you like regular push-ups, make sure you go ahead and do that. Let's go started. Let's get started. So I'm gonna go 10 on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you modify these. 8. If you need to do regular chest press, you're gonna do one side and then the other. Last one here. And then right away, if you can, other side. So if you're doing a chest press instead, I encourage you to do either single chest press or alternating. Push. And I will do that the second round. Okay. So push back to high plank. Walk it in just a little bit. And chest leads. A couple more. 2 more now. 1 more. And release. Okay, let's shoulder roll, sit back. Since we're on the floor, we'll keep ourselves here. And if you can, we're gonna do a single arm overhead extension. So right now I'm sitting on my heels. I wanna come up and I'm gonna go single arm. So I may want, I'm actually gonna see my arm. So let's go back a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure this arm doesn't go out to the side. I want to keep it stable. So my other hand is going to stay, I'm going to keep it. So I remind myself to stay put. This is a single arm overhead extension. So I'm going to make sure that I keep it still. If you need to, both hands are holding the weight, but ideally the one arm, the one tricep does all the work. See if that feels okay. If you're on both hands on the weight, keep going. Otherwise, one more, then switch to the other side. I don't know if it's just me, but I really feel that a lot. So watch the elbow doesn't sneak out. I want to keep it stable. That's why I'm just kind of supporting the dumbbell. Okay, so it's a hinge from the elbow. Okay. So maybe sometimes when we do these, generally what happens is that the one, maybe you have a stronger arm and it takes over. By doing single arm work, feel that. Keep it stable. If it bothers the shoulder, go back to both. Last 2. And 1 more. Okay, and release. Okay, so let's just relax for a second. If you can, on this one, we'll do a bit of conditioning. So if you don't like to do a jump with a plank jack, you're gonna just tap your feet. It becomes more of a core exercise. So this, if you can, I'm gonna come onto my forearms on this one. I can also be on my hands, especially since I'm gonna do chest presses next time. I'm gonna go from here, I'm gonna go out, in, out, in. If that bothers your back, you're tapping. Maybe you'd prefer to be up here, tapping for out, in, out, in. Okay, let's keep it going there. Since we're ready, so I'm changing the order of the exercise here, just to shoot it. All right, So let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so let's reset for a second. So if you wanted to do push-ups again, what I'd like you to do on this round is you're going to walk it out 1. So if you are doing push-up, let's go 1, walk it out, come back. Then you're going to switch in and out. Okay, if you're doing chest press, both arms are up, and then you alternate one and then the other. That's what I'm going to do this time. So you can join me. Yeah, I'm going to do 1 and then the other. Okay, let's go. So either that alternating walking push-up or alternating chest press. 1 and then the other. Going 1 and then switch. When you're doing the either chest press or the push-ups, make sure your alignment, that where the dumbbell goes or where your hand placement is, that you're making sure that you're protecting the shoulder. All right, now we go 2 more each side, alternating this 1 and 1 more each. And reset. Okay, let's roll it up. And let's do 1 more round of the single arm tricep. I do hope you feel that a bit different than when we do it together. Okay, so modify if you need. So I'm going to count my 8 on one side and then 8 the other. If you're doing both together, again, just find a pace that works. I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, elbow in, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm switching. So this should never feel like strain, right? If it's in the elbow joint or wrist, then please modify that movement. Here's 3 already. 5, you might feel your arm a little bit shaky. 7 and 8. Okay, and release. Okay, on this next option, I'm going to give you the next conditioning. You did plank jacks or plank taps. If you like, you're going to do a mountain climber and or those same that you did last time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a mountain climber this time. So that would be, instead of the jack, I'm just bringing my knees in. Okay, so I'm going to go at a couple different paces for those. 45 seconds. Let's go. Okay, so the option, plank taps. Okay, you can slow this down. If you wanted to stay with that first option, maybe you did the plank jacks. Out, in, out, in. Keep it going. All those options. And 15 seconds. Pace yourself. Do what feels the best for you. Breathe. Breathe. Let's go. I keep changing my direction. All of the options. And 3, 2, 1. And release. Okay. Hopefully you feel all right with those. Take a breather, sit back. If that bothers your wrists, maybe mountain climbers are not an exercise for you. So please make sure you shake it up. All right, up onto your feet, bring your weights with you. Put them over to the side, grab some water. Okay, let's up again. So far, so good, doing great. And grab some water, let's keep moving. All right, a little bit of single stuff. So when we do with this one, I'm going to go single leg and I'm going to go back lunge. So the arms are just by the side, no upper body in this one. So if you're comfortable, it's a back lunge and then that cross behind, and you're going to continue with that same leg. So it looks like this. So let's go back, up to a knee or a tap, and then cross behind, reset back to the center. And again, so if you're twisting through the knee, please make sure you change it. Maybe you can do the lunge, but you don't like this cross behind. And if you see my foot, I never want to be twisting. Okay, my foot stays planted, so I push the hip out. So back lunge and then cross behind. So please, again, make sure you change it if needed. Okay. So if that's too much torque, too much twisting on the knee, and you're just unable to find a good position, still hurts every time, then don't do it. Okay, so ideally this movement, we want to feel that right around the glute. So if it's too much front of the thigh or in the knee, then I need you to change the exercise. Drop. So mostly glute, and drop. Okay, let's go 2 more. So this knee has to stabilize. Push the hip out. Let's go 1 more here. Keep it nice and even. Whew, I feel that. Okay, so that's a good combination move. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Back lunge. Modify if you need, and then behind. Okay, so tell that glute to fire. Push the hip out to the side and drop. Inside. Okay, good work. All the single leg work here. Drop your back knee. Up and behind. And all right. Good. Keep going here. Shoulders back. I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more on this side. Hopefully you feel it in the right places. Excellent. Okay, well done. Okay, let's shake this up a little bit. We're going to go right into the conditioning on this one, and then we will move on. Our timing is going very well. I want to get all the exercises in. This is our drop squat, if you can. So drop and down. This is easily modified to a step together. Let's help loosen those glutes up a bit. 45 seconds. Ready? Let's go. So if you're not feeling the jumping, we can step together, step together. Okay, so after that pretty static work, it's nice to get moving again. So you can reach down. That movement can be quite big, even without impact, a nice good range of motion. And we are here, 15 seconds. All right, keep it going. Getting close. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, keep it moving here. Awesome. Okay, catch your breath a little bit, and we're back to the legs, but I want you to do this one's a little bit different. If you can, I need you to cool down a little bit. It's been maybe a week or so since we've done surrender lunges, so let's try those now. All right, now instead of that cross, that step and then behind, we're going to go into the surrender lunge. So we're going to do same side. I will count 8 each, and then you can join me here. So the surrender lunge can be a back lunge or a squat, of course. I'm going to go right knee down, left knee down, right foot, left foot. That would be 1. I'm going to do 8. Down, down, up, up. Okay, you don't have to have weights in your hands. Maybe this is fine, just the way it is. Be careful. Your heart rate is too high and you're finding that you're getting dizzy from the up and down. Please make sure you modify it. I lost count, so I'm going to say 2 more, which I think is 8 or 9. Let's go last one. Okay, and then relax. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. I have a nice overall feeling that I've been working. I hope you're with me as well. If you don't like the weights up or you don't like your hands up, please make sure you modify. Now I'm going to go left leg, left knee, right, left, and up. Okay, so arms can be down. Maybe you're not coming right down to the floor. Maybe it's another lunge. Okay. I'm going to say this is 4. Another 4 here. Down. 3 more. Again, make sure your knee's not caving in. It's about working that nice deep lunge or squat. All right, excellent. This is it right here. Up and release. Okay, now another 45 seconds of either drop squat or a full jump squat, or the squat with the calf raise. And then after that, we're going to take it back down to the floor. We're going to finish up with some more core work and a bit of body weight strength. Okay, so let's go squats, jump, squat, drop squat, or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and do my drop squat first. I'm going to do my step. And if you want, this is a jump squat, okay, without that drop. So it's just a full jump squat. Maybe you feel that that's a better movement for you. You're here. You are here even. Soft landing, always, always landing soft. Power. Okay, this, remember, it's 45 seconds. We're already at 35. Soft landing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and keep your feet. Fantastic. Okay, catch your breath. Let's take it down to the floor. If you want to bring some weights for your core, you go ahead and bring it. Take your time, make sure your heart rate comes down enough. And, all right, we're going to start with pointers. Some low back extensions, some glute bridges, and I want to make sure that we do a bit of that mobility recovery at the end. So hands and knees, opposite arm, opposite leg, reach and switch. So nice, good reach here. Make sure your hips stay level. Pull your core tight. Keep alternating here. Nice, good reach. I keep alternating my hands and my legs. Let's go another 2 each. 1 more each. And last one. Okay, so the low back extension. Let's go down right onto your front. Right down on your front here. The arms come out, and if this is too much, you can just keep everything nice and close to your body. Otherwise, your thumbs are up. We take it up, everything lifts, pull the elbows back. Looking down on the floor, out and down. Take it up and pull, out and down. So up and squeeze, and out and down. So working through the posterior chain right from the upper back into low back and glutes. Maybe a bit of hamstring, but let's just relax the feet. Right up more around the hip. Let's go 2 more here. Up and last one. Up and pull. Out and down. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to get you to go into a side with a side plank, but we're going to go right into clams. So I'm not complaining about the sun. It feels very, very nice. I don't know if, hopefully you can see my legs. So my knees are bent. I'm going to lift up my bottom hip. While I'm here, I'm going to bring the hip forward. I'm going to do my clams. So this leg opens and closes in that side plank. If you need to, you're doing this lying down. Okay. So we don't want the hip to completely open. We need to stay put here. This is really good for hip, side glute, hip stabilization. And if you need to, you're right down here. Make sure the hip stays forward. It doesn't open. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release. Let's do the other side here. So the side plank, with that clam, you're going to feel the bottom glute and the top glute. Okay, so from here, forward and open. See, my bottom hip is up off the floor, or it can be down. Make sure that hip stays forward. If you notice that you're like opening here, you need to keep it nice closed chain movement. Let's go up and down. And we'll go another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to get into a stretch. Here we're going to do our, let's do an isolated glute stretch. Cross the one leg over. Let's bring that leg in. So I think this is a necessary stretch for us today. Feels good. Never forcing the stretch. That leg is bent across, and then gently pull that leg in to deepen the stretch. And now let's do the other side. So we're going to go into a little bit of a dynamic recovery after this static stretch. So from here, let's go hands and knees. Roll it up, hands and knees. And you're going to take it from here. Let's reach underneath. Underneath, you're going to look that way. You're going to open it up. Never force it, but then feel a nice release. Okay, let's do that a couple more times. Reach under, breathe, and open. One more time on this side. Breathe in, exhale out, switch sides. So from the hands and knees, reach underneath, and like that. Okay. And not forcing, but feeling a release where you might need it. One more here. Okay, and let's take it up onto the feet. So let's go up. Do a bit of rotation through the spine. And there we go. Let's go here. Let's go into those hamstring scoops that we did in the warm-up. Up and open. Scoop. One more each side. We'll do our quadricep stretch after this. So if you need to hold on to something, or maybe struggle, you need to just grab your shoe. Otherwise, go here. And then the other side. Open up through the chest. Thighs close together. Last bit of stretch moves. Shifting your weight side to side. Some shoulder circles. So again, it's about just some recovery. And shake out the arms. I recorded today's class, so I'm just going to go ahead and press stop. So hopefully that feels good. And let's stop that.